Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, the King of Lightning is here today bringing you guys and gals Toriko chapter reviews. Today, Toriko chapters 329 as well as 330. Now, if you haven't seen the live reaction to this chapter 330, in this corner right here, that is annotation, that is my right, your left. Now, first of all, I gotta say, these two chapters are simple, alright, honestly. It's just, the first chapter is just the chefs having fun. Yeah, oh, like, let's see what Blue Grill's all about. Oh, they have like 18 arms. This guy has some really long 10-meter frying pan, and in different sections, it's frying at different temperatures. The fuck? And they had a pretty insane greeting, too, from one of the top guys. I think it was Picnic Bomber. Ugh, like, this motherfucker Picnic Bomber. Or it could be the other guy, Ashura? No, not Ashura. Not Ashura. I forgot his name. But basically, he's one of the top 5 dudes when it comes to cooking in Blue Grill. And one of them performed an air cut where the piece of cordon was coming right at them. And from wherever they were, it was a huge distance, alright? Mind you, they're in a freaking shell that is larger than America. And they're cutting from wherever the fuck they were to the coastline of Blue Grill. And Quorum gets cut into pieces. And then Chio returns the favor and then some. Not only did she cut it in pieces, but also the pieces were smaller and she used knocking. And she did it because Quorum can regenerate. And now he can't anymore. So they can cook him as they see fit. It's like bro, fuck, like that. Whoa, like, and the distance was fucking huge. I was like, yo, Chio, good shit, yeah, way to represent humanity. So that was nice. That was very, very nice. And just seeing the chefs have fun, it was kind of cool. We find out that apparently Ichiryu, he was there beforehand, like he was there way back when, like hundreds of years ago, with Gigi. And Mr. Slime, Don Slime, he's not feeling Ichiryu. No, he's not a fan of Ichiryu. So I'm not too sure what happened there, obviously, because Don Slime hasn't really gone into depth about his place in the story and his history and whatnot. But fact of the matter, Ichiryu was there at some point in time. And what's also mentioned, it's not something that appears to be of great focus up until chapter 330. Apparently, the folks at Blue Grill, they rarely see humans, right? Like, it's a rare thing. But in the past 2 years ago, meaning before the time skip, there were these humans that, like, I think it was 2 or 3 humans that they found near death around the area. I think it was their survey team, and they found these humans near death, and they took them to the Blue Grill. And later on, in chapter 330, we see Tak. Now, I forgot who the fuck Tak was initially, so I went back to the wiki and did some research, you know. Tak is a part of the Goro tribe, who we know relatively nothing about, honestly. And we know that Tak was a member of the Zero Biotype. But looking back at the picture from Tak, when we first see him to this chapter, I'm like, bro, you've lost a lot of weight. Like, muscle mass-wise. He looks much slimmer, comparative. But he still has the same facial marks. And I'm thinking, so when the Blue Nitro came in there and they ambushed and like they did their thing, or I'm sorry, when Neo ambushed and they did their thing with the Nitro, these guys around that area 6, they were near death, and I forgot who else was with Tak. I didn't go back to the chapter and actually look, but the guys with Tak are probably alive too. And we see Tak in the chapter. He has like a walking stick, so he's wounded, permanently wounded. I'm assuming so. And part of that effect is him losing a lot of muscle mass. But he's alive. So this is going to be, I'm pretty sure, a big thing later on in the arc. Furthermore, was Love with them too? Actually, you know, I think so. Yeah, yeah. I think Love was with Tack. Oh, but I could be so wrong. Fuck. Oh, shit. Because I was wondering, like, Love was there, and I was like, what the fuck? And like in the previous chapter, chapter 329, when Gigi mentions the folks, the humans that were brought down to Blue Grill from the upper area, he was fascinated about that. Chin Chin. And Chin Chin, he knew that his, like his friends were there. And when Love, the warden, Love, when she was there, or he, is Love she or he? I don't, whatever. Either way, when Love was there, had the mask on. And Chi-Chi's like, who are you? You ain't Love. So there's something going on here with the mask and the food spirits and possession. It was stated in the previous chapter that if your cooking skills aren't good enough, if you're a visitor, then there is a chance that you can be possessed. But in this chapter, it was stated that if you're healthy and if your will is strong, you won't be possessed. But now I'm starting to feel that that Love was possessed by a food spirit. Even though we see the top chefs in Blue Grills, the 10 shell dudes, they're wearing masks, but odds are they're not possessed. So like I'm not too sure what's going on exactly. There's something going on here that's very fishy, no pun intended, since they're in the Blue Grill. But obviously, food spirits are a strong correlation to this, considering that food spirits are also a key reason why this civilization is as bustling and is as prosperous as it is. Now, they're going to test their skills against the top 5, 10 shells, and I'm going to assume that's going to be Karibo, Chi-Chi, Chio, Komatsu, and maybe Yuta. I can see Yuta fucking up. I can see Yuta fucking up mad motherfuckers. Like, yo, man, 1 millimeter, motherfucker, 1 millimeter. Yo, like in the previous chapter, there's some dude who's like, having all these dishes, having all these dishes done like simultaneously with his arms, and then there was some folks that were waiting for their food, and Yuta saw that shit. And he's like, there are folks waiting. I got it. And the guy's like, wait, hold on. And boom, like right there, food goes flying, lands in their plates. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. And Yuta's like, the customer must not wait for even 1 millisecond. Like, fucking, I'm like, I can so see Yuta fucking up mad motherfuckers. It's crazy. So, I mean, those are my thoughts. And aside from that, that's really it. I mean, Komatsu meeting Choco. I don't know what relevance that has exactly. But the talismans, I would say that they need talismans, but I mean, since the food spirits are bypassing restaurants that are covered in talismans just to see these humans, and they're looking like some freaky fuckers, I'm assuming talismans are not needed at this point in time. So overall, it's fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating. It's intriguing. I mean, it's just prep for what's for what's to come. I want to see the skills of these guys comparative to the human guys. I want to see the food spirit realm, but most of all, I want to see Moon. Oh, I want to see Moon so fucking bad. You did it. Alright, so that's it. Those are the chapters. So King of Landing overall, first chapter, 329, I thought was an okay chapter. It was fun. It was enjoyable. Seeing the chefs, have some relaxed time exploring, like kids in the candy store. And then you have Mama Chio. She's like, look at all these kids having fun. Let me return the favor. And it's like a slice. Gotta put knocking on that shit too, boys. Alright? You gotta know how to do this shit right. I'm like, god damn. Seasoned. She's super seasoned, man. Senor Pink would love Chio. Shit. And then, after all that fun and games, you get serious with the food spirits coming in there, and they're like, listen, man, we gotta see your skills. Like, before anything else goes down, put your fucking forks and knives down, show us your skills. Like, shit. Like, so they have to, prove their mettle. And for the most part, it's going to be just the chefs showcasing what they can do and seeing what the Blue Grill guys can do too. At the, is it called the Grill Stadium, the Blue Grill Stadium, the Blue Stadium, something along those lines. I forgot what it's called. But either way, that's the chapter, and I'm done. So once again, okay for the first chapter. For the second chapter, this chapter 330, also an okay. That's it. It's more prep It's more build up for what's to come. That's very obvious. So King Lightning, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always, and I will see you guys and gals later. Have a nice one.
Let me suck it and I can have power and I can give you power. Come on, jump it out and take it now. I need it now. Give me the blood. You're so hot. Good looking.